Assalamualaikum everyone, this is Ayesha from CxO Global Forum, a knowledge sharing platform for all the C levels across Pakistan and around the globe. Every time we have some very interesting guests with us. Today as well, we have some Mudassir Iqbal with us, who is a digital transformation advisor at AnaConEx Solutions. Assalamualaikum sir, how are you?
Walaikum salam. Thank you for having me, Aisha. And how are you?
Alhamdulillah. So I would start off with your background. So can you share a bit about your background and your experience in digital transformation and what led you to become a digital transformation advisor?
So, I would say that I'm part of an IT community for last almost 24 years, and
Right.
most of the time that I was basically dealing with the management teams. One of the things that I have seen throughout my career is that whenever organizations are moving towards digitalization, somehow technically they move to digitalization, but the transformation hardly happens. Transformation is the key. You can have a car and you can have a laptop, but is but the bottom line is that are you getting the ROI of it?
Right.
And and this I have been seeing since 2001 when I started my career that technically we are delivering the projects. Projects are very good, but the organizations and the people who are sitting on the other side of the table, they are not getting the ROIs of it. So since 2017, I started this that whenever an organization wants to move into a towards digitalization, first of all, set up your ROIs. What is your bottom line? What are you looking at the end of the tunnel? What do you want to transform? Because bringing in equipments, bringing in technicalities will not give you the results. So this takes me to a very important thing that transformation is about humans.
Right.
So if you have the right human skill set, if you have the right mindset, then only this transformation can happen. And obviously, I learned it over the period of 17 years, and the organizations which get into these kind of initiatives, they get overboard, they get excited and seeing that we have a BMW, we have a flying taxis. So they get excited. Do they really need this? Is the question that I try to answer for them.
Right. So sir, what do you find most exciting about this field?
I think I'm one of those few lucky ones who actually wake up every day and who wants to do the job. I mean, there are very few people. Some people go into the doctor or medical field and another fields. But what makes you wake up in the morning? And this is the job that it does for the last 20 years for me. And why? See, if a doctor after 25 or 30 good operations, you become so big, so become so superb that you know everything like back of your palm. You can do the
Right.
operation maybe while keeping your eyes closed. But
Right.
where I am, if I am talking to Aisha, it is a complete different communication. And if I am talking to Mr. Y, it's again completely different communication. So if I'm doing a digital transformation, one company, what they are coming up with to me, I'm always leaving them with something new to learn, something more experience. So every day it's a new learning, new challenge for me.
Right. So, sir, how would you define digital transformation, like exactly, and what are their key components or pillars that you would tell us about?
So see, we are in it in a we are transforming for I think for last 400 years. If you see from the people transformation, and if you just go to 1970 when IBM came in, and then 1992 when internet came in, 2007 when Google started. Uh,
Right.
so this we are in this transformation. So a transformation, and if you see throughout this, Only those transformations are successful which are focused on humans. So if you bring in, as I said earlier, Mercedes in a flying car, but you don't have the skill set in the organization which could actually use it and get you the better product, it is of no use. Yesterday, I was reading Aisha one case study about Ryanair, and I think it's about Emirates. That Ryanair, why it is more productive, and then why the bottom line ROI of Ryanair is more 2.6 billion than Emirates, because they are doing more productive cycles, because their bottom line is to be cheap, their bottom line is to be best. So all these things, these are the most important items when you are into a transformation. Knowing what is your bottom line, knowing what is your KPI. Do you want to be into the market of pricing? Do you want to be into the market of the best services? Or do you want to be, or do you have something else to stand for?
Right. So, sir, challenges are a part of life and everybody has to face challenges. So, what are the challenges that you face in your current role?
The biggest challenge that I face is mindset.
Right.
This mindset is, people wants to change, number one. Reason being, I personally believe we grow from our childhood, from lower school to higher school to universities to colleges to job. We like to change. We like to have new challenges. It's about patience. That's the biggest challenge that I have. It's the patience of the stakeholders and the team around, that what they want to achieve and in how much time they could achieve. Their expectation is that the second we bring in the technology, the second we bring in the complete transformation, better processes, you will have things happening like immediately. It doesn't happen. So it's a mindset that you have put up a seed and it is going to. So my expectation is digital transformations, and now in AI we are seeing it. People are jumping into it without knowing what do they want to do at the end of the when they use AI. Is 3 to 4 years. They have to wait to get this ROI in 3 to 4 years to make sure, okay, they have started, then they are going to touch a bottom, and then they are going to again go into the productivity when this, because you have a building, you are bringing in new items, so you have to destroy this building a little bit, you have to unlearn a little bit, and then you have to
Right.
learn a little bit. So this whole cycle at my level, I mean, technically there are many challenges, technically there are, but I want to actually talk about the this very specific one is a mindset, patience,
Right.
ROIs, human transformation.
So, sir, what sets your approach to digital transformation advisory apart from others in the industry?
My focus and our focus is human.
Right.
We are into this field. I am into this field to transform an organization. And what is an organization? Organization is not building. Organization is not computers. Organization is not airlines, aeroplanes. Why we are struggling with PIAs and why are we struggling with other organizations? Because of the humans. Any transformation, that if any organization wants to have a successful transformation, is human, and that is what I we try to bring in. We upgrade humans, we transform them, we work with them to identify the challenges that they are facing. We try
Right.
to identify where they want to reach and what is the gap, because if we know the gap, then we can plan the gap. This is the most important part. What usually happens is we don't know where we are starting, and then we actually create a very idealistic plan to reach to a level which is not possible in a smaller time period. So you need to see where you are, you need to see where you want to be, and then plug this gap step by step. Because I mean, we all have seen that it's a continuous improvement. You just cannot jump. And all my clients, I always tell them divide and rule. This is something we have learned from the politics, but it is very important. Divide and rule. Divide your problems. Understand what is your immediate problem. How you can get the repo of this initiative. Because I'm not an initiative. The new ERP is not an initiative. Automation is not an initiative. Initiative is organization wants to increase their profits. Organization wants to get into some new business line. This is an initiative. Based on this initiative, all this grows. So once humans understand this, once they get to this motivation, yes, this is we can definitely achieve. This is the most. I mean, I would say something which create a distinction us that we do not go for an automation just for the sake of automation, but yes, if you can get the ROI of it through automation.
Right. So, sir, how do you stay updated on the latest trends and technologies in your field?
Uh, I mean, technology is like it's changing every day. You learn something new in the morning. By the time you get to the evening, it's old. So one of the way of for me is to stay in touch that what is happening around the world, and is by doing courses. I mean, yesterday I was doing one skill set course for the leadership for young leaders. Uh,
Right.
how they are thinking, how they want to grow, and then reading definitely. If you have BCG, if you have ENY books and all these are very, very important for you. You have to remain in touch and you need to understand how the world is thinking. Yes, it is little different learning style than I mean we used to have 5 years or 10 years back. Today we have to see how the developed world is doing, how the developing world is doing, and how the underdeveloped world is doing. Because
Right.
most of the theories, one of the challenge that I have, and I'm sure that many has, that most of the theories, most of the courses, most of the books, most of those ways of doing, they are written for the developed world because they have reached to this level and they have learned to this level. So you always have to see that what is happening around you, how you can actually grow and how you can remain part of this digital transformation like an AI. I still say that it is in very early stage. We don't have a lot of use cases, but people like me and those who wants to stay ahead of this curve, they are spending a lot of time on it. Courses, books, prompts, seminars.
Right. So, sir, can you share a memorable success story of yours?
A success story. I mean, if I select one, other will say that are we not a success for you? Uh,
Right.
it's a good question, and I would say my success is basically uh, it was a very big construction organization, and they were living in a period of a period. It was back in 2010 when you used
Right.
to have organization used to send memos and 10 people used to write it and then names and then copy needs to go in everywhere. In 4 years time, uh, we have completely transformed them. We have made them computer literate. We trained them, we created SOPs, and they all started the whole projects, which were millions and trillions of dollars, at least billions of dollars. They all have started using through technology. And the only thing that I learned from there is that the management was convinced that they have to train the resources. And from there,
Right.
my mindset has changed. My first successful project in 2001, and I used to call that a successful until 2014, is we delivered the project, but it was shelved after 6 months. Why? Because the company failed to train the resources. Here we learned that management says no, we need to train the resources and then we build the whole transformation around them. And
Right.
it was a beautiful one. I mean, it's a case study that one day, if I get a chance to write, how they created a team, how they created champions, how they motivated them. And then once they have all this, then only bring in the technology. So 1.5 year they work on the resources and then they bring in the technology, and it was a successful story. And I mean, as I said, one day I would write a use case on it.
Right. So, what do you believe are the most critical factors for the success in digital transformation leadership?
KPIs, understanding what they want from it,
Right.
understanding that uh, see, leadership is about motivating people. Leadership is about empathy. So when you are doing a digital transformation, technology is available like anything. You can bring in the best 3D printers, IoTs, blah, blah, blah. But do you need it? And that is where the leadership comes in. That what is needed, where are we standing, where do we want to be, how we are going to be go there, what is this gap that we need to fulfill, what are our priorities, how we are going to motivate it, what is in there
Right.
for an organization and what is in there for a business. Leadership is about people. So once you go into any kind of a leadership, whether it's for the IT leadership or this, you need to focus on people. And I say that KPIs are the most important one. Once you understand your KPIs, then only you can move and then you can monitor that these are the right one. This is the right path that we towards.
Right. So, how do you foster culture of innovation and the digital transformations within your organization?
Sorry, I missed the first part of your question. Disconnects. Come
I would
again.
repeat it to you. How do you foster a culture of innovation, like the changes that are going outside? How do you implement them inside in your organization?
Uh, Definitely, it's a difficult question to answer because when you are in a consulting organizations, I mean that is I I would not like to say, but consulting organizations are always Titanics because we believe that what we have learned, we have to first get to its ROI and then move forward. Get to
Right,
its ROI and then move forward. So it's a different cycle than industry because industry wants to achieve and they want to grow with the new technologies. Where we are in the consulting, they want to
right,
establish a process and then they want to grow. But the thing that we do is we have internal training sessions. We try to motivate people to please train themselves, go for the courses. This is the best thing that they can do right now. YouTube, Coursera, EDX. This is very, very important for anyone to actually grow as an organization for us to grow.
right. So, outside of work, what are some of your hobbies that you're passionate about?
At my age, I play cricket still,
Right,
and except that I try to do some of the, I mean, NGO work to be part of them because, and one very, very important thing which is very close to my heart is education.
Right.
Educate this nation. Educate this nation. Do something because without education we cannot do anything. I mean, we are very few who are educated, very few who are. So one of the passion that I have, and I try to be part of any initiative whenever it is possible, is to educate this nation uh, for technology, for their skill sets, for their behaviors, for their personalities, because that is
Right.
what is needed.
Right. So, sir, what advice would you give to someone who is looking forward to grow in your field?
Okay, so starting is, I mean, you have to remain in contact that what is happening around the world. You have to make sure that you understand the best, and then you able to make it work for the developing countries and the underdeveloped countries. Uh,
Right.
Digital transformation is about understanding people, and it is more about understanding the future and strategies of an organization. So,
Right.
critical thinking, understanding of strategies, looking towards that what fits best. These are the things that you need to develop within your personality. My belief is technology is something that you can easily get from the market, and it's about money. Okay,
Right.
but finding it that is it a best fit is where you come in.
Right.
That how to make sure that this is the right solution for an organization.
Right.
And this is a longer path because technology sells easily. You go somewhere to someone and show that, oh, this is the dashboard, this is the car, this is so much shining things. People fall for it. But to make them realize that this is not a right fit for you and this is a right fit for you is a longer journey, is a challenging journey, but that is something that enjoy, and I believe people at my level in a consulting role should do that rather than just going into and selling the solutions.
Right. So, sir, finally, what do you envision for the future of digital transformation and how do you see yourself contributing to that future?
Aisha, about a year back, I think in 2022, 2023, I was very confident about future. What
Right.
we should do in the future, how should we do in the future, and what is the path about the future. Today, I don't know. Okay, I mean, if somebody is telling you, I think he or she is not honest because
Right.
yesterday I planned something, today it is completely changed. I mean, the
Different.
way AI is completely disrupting the area, the
Right.
way if you see the way Dubai is moving, if you see the way China is moving, I mean, it's a completely different world. The only thing that I, as Mudassir, and in for this country and for this we can do is let the new generation come in with the technology and control them with the experience and the right suggestions. That is
Right.
what we can do. Technology is changing in a day's time. What is going to happen tomorrow? What news will come to you that this is going to happen? Is we still have to see.
Right. So, sir, done with a very short question and answer session here. I hope that our viewers would be able to learn something out of it. Thank you so much for pulling out time for
Thank
this
you.
discussion from your busy schedule. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Aisha. Thank you so very much.
Take care.